Hey guys, Mr. Preacher Man 75 with you. Um, that's the copy of the newest American Rifleman from the NRA. It just came in the mail today. You can see the headline says, "Hand Obama his walking papers." And there's a number of articles in this issue about just how unfriendly he is to guns and gun owners, and then some suggestions about what we might do to help do exactly that, hand him his walking paper. So this isn't going to be a political video any more than just to say that I'm a member of the NRA. I suggest if you are a gun owner that you become a member of the NRA, and we'll just leave it at that. So anyhow, this video is going to be somewhat of a video response to one that I saw earlier today by the Hoss USMC. If you're not a subscriber to his channel or haven't found him yet, I suggest that you go over and check out his channel. He has a lot of fantastic videos just about our rights, Second Amendment rights as American citizens, concealed carry, open carry, prepping videos. I mean, he has a lot of really good videos out there. So if you haven't checked him out, you ought to. But he put a video up this morning called SIG versus Glock, and basically just compared and contrasted the two brands briefly, and correctly suggested that a lot of times when it comes to a conversation of battle weapons or battle handguns or service-sized handguns, the conversation usually boils down to Glock or SIG, and he gave his impressions of the two and told you why he thinks that that Glock has a competitive advantage over the SIG. And I was initially going to entitle this video "Why Glock Sucks," and then I decided against that because I thought, I'd probably get a majority of people that would come in and just give me a bunch of thumbs down based on the video title and not even watch the video. But and I don't think that Glock sucks, so I stayed away from that. But I do think that in a lot of ways Glock has been resting on its laurels for the last few years and hasn't done a lot to advance themselves or the company, and they sell a lot of their guns based on the reputation from the past and not necessarily what's going on today. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about that and just kind of respond to the Hoss briefly, because once he got done comparing the Glock and the SIG to each other, basically he said they're both fantastic weapons. They both function like they're supposed to. The one advantage that the Glock has significantly over the SIG is the price. And that's true. If you priced guns out at all, you know that a Glock comes in somewhere between $100 to $200 less than your average SIG. And that's just the facts of life. SIGs are expensive. They're nice guns. They function like they're supposed to. They're battle tested, but they're expensive. And Glocks, mainly because I think they're designed the way they are and their polymer frames make them cheaper to make, they come in quite a bit less than what you could buy a comparable SIG for. However, going along with that argument, there are a number of handguns out there and gun manufacturers out there that make polymer framed guns that are comparable to the Glock that come in considerably less expensive than what it would cost to buy the Glock. And for that reason, I feel like Glock maybe is falling behind. So let's take a look, or just talk just briefly about a couple of things that I think that that may mean that Glock is overrated. And I say that not because that people have too high opinion of them based on their functionality. Their guns are great. Don't get me wrong. The Glock is a fantastic gun. You can't go wrong buying a Glock. But 10 years ago, Glock was the market for polymer framed battle pistols. Nobody else was really doing that. SIG did come out with I think it was a 2022, was their polymer framed version that's probably about 10 years old now, I guess. I'm not exactly sure about that. But it really didn't compete with what Glock was doing. It never really caught on. And so for probably 10 or 15 years, Glock had the market cornered. If you were going to buy a polymer framed striker fired pistol, it was going to be a Glock. However, things have changed in the last 5 or 6 years, and companies like Smith & Wesson, who have their M&P series pistols, or Ruger, who have their SR series pistols, have come out with guns that are high quality. They're polymer framed. The SRs are striker fires. I think the M&Ps are as well. Striker fired pistols that were designed strictly to compete with Glock for market share. They're 4 or 5 years old now. They're proving themselves to be accurate and reliable, and still come in at a price point that's going to be $100 less than where the Glock is. This is my Ruger SR9C. This is my daily carry weapon. I've had it for almost 2 years now. I've been carrying it almost every day for about a year now. I love it. It fits my hand great. It has some features that the Glock doesn't have. It has a thumb safety, which some people like and some people don't. But if you don't like the thumb safety, don't turn it on, because it also has the safe action trigger like the Glock does. So, I bought that for $399, which is about $100 less than you can begin to look at a Glock for. That was 2 years ago. In the same gun shop now, you can buy this gun for $309. So it's gone up $10. But it's a fantastic gun, and I would put it up against a Glock. I've got 1,000 rounds at least through this gun now with no flaws at all, no malfunctions. So Ruger has stepped in and taken some of Glock's market share. The same can be said for the M&Ps. The M&Ps are probably more popular now than the SR series. And Ruger makes the 9mm, which is what this is, and they make it in a 40. They also make, this is the compact model. They also make a full-size model. This would be comparable to a Glock 19. The full size would be in the range of the Glock 17. So there's competition in that marketplace now that there wasn't when Glock started out, and I think that they have not really even tried to keep up with the market, because they are Glock, because they have the name brand, they have the recognition, and so you just know that if you're going to get into a Glock, you're going to pay $500 to $600. Whereas you can get into a Ruger for about $400, you can get into a Smith & Wesson M&P for about $450. So Glock just hasn't tried to keep up. Another area where I feel like they've fallen behind is in the concealed carry market for of the smaller pistols. They don't make a pocket-sized 380 that would be in competition to the Ruger LCP or the Kel-Tec P380 or even the Carb 380, Diamondback 380. Those little pocket-sized 380 pistols, where there is a real market for that, Glock has decided to stay out of it. And another place where Glock is noticeably absent is in the small single stack 9mm. This is my Car CW9. That gun can be bought for $400 or less most places. There's the M&P Shield, which is a single stack 9mm concealed carry gun. There's the Ruger LC9, which is the single stack polymer framed 9mm carry gun. There's the Beretta Nano, which is about the same size. Now the Beretta is a little bit more expensive, but most of these guns can be had for the same price that you would buy a Glock at, or less. And Glock just hasn't gotten into this market. They don't have a gun this size. All their concealed carry guns are wider and thicker and harder to conceal than the new micro compact 9mm. So I just feel like this is not a Glock bashing video. I don't have anything negative to say about their guns that they do make, but it's more or less to just encourage them and say that I wish that they would do more in terms of developing new guns for us to take a look at and to be more market sensitive. Their $500 price point is high for their product now, because there are options out there for less that are equal quality. So anyhow, hopefully this falls on receptive ears. I don't mean to make anybody mad or to start a controversy or anything like that. But I just think that there are areas out there that Glock continues to get kudos for. I guess they continue to receive lots of popularity, and I think there are just other aspects out there, other manufacturers that are doing as good, if not better, job at Glock's own game now. So anyhow, this is Mr. Preacherman 75. I'll be signing off. I hope you guys have a great day. We'll talk to you later.